The Dubai Autodrome is hosting the second round of the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Middle East. Drivers and teams are in full anticipation for epic fights for top positions and precious championship points. The second round of Season 9 marks a very special occasion for Leshner Racing and Porsche Middle East and Africa. It features the 100th race of the championship, a major milestone for the most professional racing series in the region. The opening round in Bahrain gave a good indication on how closely contested this season promises to be. Former champion Zaid Ashkanani from Kuwait delivered a flawless drive to win the first race of the season. British driver Tom Oliphant came in second ahead of Al Faisal Al Zubair from Oman. Race 2 turned out to be even more nail-biting as Ashkanani and Oliphant fought an epic battle up to the checkered flag, keeping everyone on the edge of their seats. Oliphant prevailed and celebrated his maiden win in the championship.
I'm really pleased to win, first Porsche win, so over me.
The season opening didn't fail to impress. Now it's up to the field of 17 drivers to continue at this high level on Dubai's Grand Prix circuit. The track at the Dubai Autodrome is a favourite among the racers. Its combination of high-speed straights and technical corners requires very precise and focused driving.
This is probably my favourite track out here. I've raced 24 hours here and I've done quite a bit of running. Track's brilliant. It was dusty on my first day, but since I've been testing, it's been quite good.
Yeah, it's really nice. I don't know how it's going to be to race, but as a test track so far, it's good.
It's quite a technical track. It's quite difficult coming to a track. I kind of came in here blind, but I think I got to learn it quite quickly.
I really like it. It's one of my favorite tracks, I think. And it's a track where I've done good in the past, so now with more experience, just looking to go a step higher, I think.
A sunny day with 25 degrees Celsius allows for perfect racing conditions at the Dubai Autodrome. The mechanics work on the final car setup while the drivers gear up for the first qualifying. Ali Al Khalifa is a rookie in the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Middle East. The 22-year-old Bahraini is new to professional motorsport but equally ambitious as the established drivers.
I started racing because my cousin, Isa, introduced me to karting, and I started racing with him, and I've been racing with him since we started in 2012, and we competed in many championships in Europe, and now we're competing here in the Porsche Cup.
Also among the talented young drivers is Khalid Al Wahibi. The Omani is only 17 years of age but has already shown great potential in the first round.
It was a great start for me, a great debut in the Porsche Middle East Championship. It was my first time in a Porsche actually, and moving in from single seaters, it was a big step forward and also a big step in a different direction. But I believe that I handled it well, finished twice in the top 10. Won my category. I think it was a good achievement to finish in the top 10 in both races for my debut, and as well pulling off some overtakes. So getting experience as well as a good performance. I was happy with that.
After a 2-year break, Saud Al Faisal from Saudi Arabia returns to the series in the silver category.
Well, definitely this championship is a stepping stone to all racing. I think it's the best in the region, and you really learn a lot in this championship. You learn a lot of driving skills, you learn how to compete, and all the drivers are very skilled. I think they all stand out. It's good to have a young generation racing.
It's not just the drivers who relish the hospitality and activities at the Autodrome. Porsche and Lechner Racing always make sure that there is something for everyone to enjoy at the racetrack. Faisal Al Zubair delivers a flawless lap to secure pole position.
Couldn't have asked for better. P1 by I think almost 4 tenths. So yeah, very happy with that.
Charlie Vriends, only beaten by a few tenths of a second, starts from second.
Well, qualifying went okay if you look at the results, but I was not that satisfied because of my flying lap. I made a slight mistake, so I ruined my lap, and only my second fastest lap is the time I have now. So, but it's okay for me. I know that we have more to go for, and at least in the race we can push for the win. So it's a good starting position for the race anyway. So we're quite happy with that.
Championship co-leader Tom Oliphant has to contend with starting from third on the grid.
Disappointing. First lap out, flat spotted my right front really badly into turn one. So I was nursing an issue the whole time. I felt the car was very, very quick, and to put it just 3-4 tenths off pole, I felt like I could have been up there definitely. So yeah, disappointed really.
Another fresh face in the championship is Jean-Baptiste Simenon from France. The silver rookie driver leaves his mark right from the start and qualifies on 5th.
It was a bit hard because in my best lap I have a lot of traffic, so I lose a bit of time in the first sector, and I think that's why I can't make a better time.
Gold driver Glyn Geddy hasn't yet found the speed he was hoping for, qualifying in 10th.
It's good. I think that last session was the first time I've drove it like a Porsche, so the engineer's happy now, but before I was struggling a lot with no ABS, no traction control, so it's totally different, so I'm getting my head around it now.
Race 1 of round 2 is about to start. The tension among the drivers is tangible as they enter the cars for the starting grid. Charlie Vriends has the best start of the top 3 drivers and gets the better of pole setter Faisal Al Zubair in turn 1.
I had a very good start in the beginning. I could take over the first position.
Charlie got a better start, he was on the inside. And then he kept the lead there, but I knew I'm on new tires, so that was early stages was where I'm going to gain the gap.
Tom Oliphant holds off challenge from Germany's Wolfgang Triller to stay on 3rd. A few turns later, Vriends goes wide and allows Al Zubair and Oliphant to slip past him.
Charlie slid wide and caught an amazing slide, but it allowed me and Al Zubair up the inside and around the outside of the second hairpin.
Glyn Geddy and Saul Hack battle for 8th when Geddy spins and loses several positions.
I needed to get past Sol, and overtaking him on the dust was the issue, so that spun out, and then going through the field again was hard work.
with the 3 silver drivers. It was a really good fight at the start, but then slowly started to build understeer and just really struggled with the car that race. So.
Magnus Ullmann gains 2 positions to lead the field in the silver category.
I did overtake in the start. I had a really good start, and I overtook 2 cars, and then I just kept my position.
With only 1 lap to go, Wolfgang Triller challenges Charlie Vriends to claim 3rd position. Al Zubair prevails in a tense race ahead of Tom Oliphant and Wolfgang Triller.
I knew I was on new tires, had the advantage, so just put my head down, quali laps, and had the win. That's good.
But being on old tires, and me and Charlie were both on old tires, he was the only one on new, so you know I knew I couldn't beat him unless I got really lucky. So 2nd is exactly what I wanted.
It was grateful, yes. I know I have no really chance, but I'm waiting for a mistake, and Charlie made it off the both of the trio in front of me, and that was my chance, and I took it. Yeah.
Overall, the pace was really good, and I was catching the guys in front of me, but I ran out of laps to overtake them.
It's time to get up close and personal with the drivers of the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Middle East. Welcome to the Drivers' Minute.
Best moment in my racing career was probably winning the UAE Karting Championship 2 years ago. Worst moment here would probably be my crash in Formula 4 last year. Had a few rolls, but it wasn't anything bad. I'd say my most favorite track would probably be this one over Bahrain, just because it's a really fast and flowing track, and it's a great joy to drive in. Having just moved here is obviously wanting to keep going with this just for practice, and then move into the Super Cup later on, which is the biggest Porsche championship. And then further on, move on to endurance racing, hopefully. Once in my career I had the choice to either continue racing or choose football, and I mean, it's easier to have football as a hobby than it is to have racing as a hobby, so I pick racing over football.
A new day at the Dubai Autodrome, and what a special day it is. Round 2 of the 9th season marks the 100th race in the championship. Walter Lechner, founder and organizer of the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Middle East, looks back at 9 years of highly professional Porsche motorsport in the region.
Well, it took a long time to get it off the ground, to be fair. If the idea came through in 2005, in 2006 we had a test to find people who are interested, and finally we only started in 2009. So if you look at it, it took 4 years really to get it off the ground, which was quite an achievement, I must admit.
Like Porsche, has motorsport so deeply in its roots. From 1947, when the company was started, motorsport is always involved with Porsche, and we developed cars on the track, which we then finally used on the technology in the roads itself. But what is really exciting is we're here with the 9th season of our Middle East Cup Challenge.
I think there's not many championships in the world that have done 100 races, so to do 100 races over 9 seasons is very cool, and I think for me to win 10 races out of 100, I feel really proud that I was there at the beginning to win races, and I can see this championship doing another 100 races by the way it's going.
A very special occasion, 100 races in the Middle East Championship, and even more importantly for us, to having 2 Omani drivers for the first time compete in a championship together is something I'm very proud of, and this is why I'm here today, to support them and all the young drivers coming up.
It's a special thing for people that's been in the championship a long time, I think. New to the championship, and it's been our 4th race. It's something different, but it's good to be part of it.
The whole structure, the team feeling, the mechanic, the engineers, the drivers talk to each other. It's a very good atmosphere. I'm very glad to be here to enjoy it and to be part of it.
It's a great race today, especially for Walter. Yeah, congratulations to Walter and for Lechner Racing that he can make the 100th race here. And I'm quite happy that we will be a part of it.
For someone who has participated in many more races, this would mean much more. For me, it's my second race and 100th race for them, so it just shows that it's my early days in this championship and hopefully many more to come.
We have 9 nationalities from as far as South Africa, Great Britain, we have Oman, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia. We have a wonderful field of 17 cars. This car is new, it was recently debuted in Europe and North America, and we're extremely excited about the 9th season.
When you achieve 100 races, you know, in the Middle East, it means something. It's something special. I'm very pleased that we have such a nice family, you know, racing family who supports us. You have to like the region, you have to like the people. The people have to like you in return, which means you have to keep a very good social contacts. And so it means a lot to me.
The qualifying for the Centennial race is underway. All drivers are highly motivated to show their best performance. Tom Oliphant saved a new set of tyres and it pays off.
It's always special to get pole. This is my first pole in a Porsche as well, so you know I'm really pleased with that. To do it in my 100th race, you know, over a weekend, I always wanted to win this one, so that's why we took old tyres yesterday, so we could stand a chance. Yeah, just got to treat it like any other race now and try and win it from home.
Charlie Vriends claims second position on the grid.
The qualifying was okay. I struggled a little bit with the car, but I'm happy to be in the front row again. Unfortunately not in the pole position, but everything can happen in the race. As you saw yesterday, I could take the first position at the start, so let's hope to do the same today.
Al-Faisal Al-Zubair will start from third. Another excellent start from Charlie Vriends, who tries to pass Tom Oliphant in turn 1. But Oliphant manages to fend off the Dutchman.
I had a very good start. I just couldn't overtake him in the first corner because he was really braking late.
In his attempt to put pressure on race leader Oliphant, Vriends runs wide in the bowl corner, allowing Al-Zubair and Wolfgang Triller to pass.
Went up to second from third on the grid, and then from there on I stayed behind Oliphant, and yeah, we had a good battle.
It was crazy again, yes. Charlie made a mistake, yeah. He locked up really hard, yes, and he lost his position.
The race started out really well. I had a much better start than yesterday, and I had a good position. Then unfortunately, I made a mistake. I flat spotted the tire. Overall, I think it was a really good race.
Pushing hard, Glyn Geddy forces Magnus Ohrmann into a mistake to claim 6th position. silver driver Khalid Al-Wahaibi gets side-by-side with Isa Salman Al-Khalifa. The contact causes both cars to spin, putting the young drivers at the back of the field. A brilliant battle at the top of the field as Al Zubair puts pressure on Oliphant. Both cars change position constantly.
A good race, finished second. I think we could have fought for the lead, but yeah, a good championship point.
Got a good start. Charlie got a really good start, but I knew the first couple of laps were going to be difficult. You know, we set the car up to sort of come on at the end, so just held on to my place, started pulling away.
When the checkered flag is waved, Oliphant crosses the line less than a second ahead of Al Zubair to claim an historic victory.
No, really pleased, especially to win the 100th Middle East race, so that's a real honour, and yeah, we move on with the championship lead exactly the same as when we came in, which is, you know, perfect.
It was a good race, good start. Lost 2 positions or 3 corner 1. I was pushed out a little bit, but managed to get them back in the race. So yeah, happy with the finish.
It was very good, better than yesterday, where I make a good start, and after I keep my position until the end. The end was a bit difficult because they come back on my back, but we fight a bit, and it was a fun race, and I'm quite happy.
In the overall standings, Tom Oliphant leads with 96 points ahead of Al Faisal Al Zubair with 90 points. Charlie Friens is on third with 72 points. Magnus Öhrman tops the standings in the silver category, followed by Swedish countryman Christopher Bergström and South Africa's Saul Hack. Ali Al Khalifa leads the table in the bronze category ahead of Mark Radcliffe and Mohammed Al Saud. The Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge Middle East will return after the winter break with round 3 at the Dubai Autodrome. Stay tuned.